another edition of Nakamura's Knockouts. So just like last time I did this, or the first time I should say, I think I'll start out playing some people, some of the fans, some of the slightly weaker players. I don't see people like Eric on at the moment, so maybe if they show up, I'll play them as well. But for now, I'll start off with some different people to start. So I'll play Milan Duta to start, or Dutta, I should say. Right, d4, knight f6, c4. Probably he'll play e6. Yeah, Nimzo. Maybe not the Nimzo. I'll play g3. So this is going to start out as a Catalan. Bishop b4, bishop e7. He's just going to play classical. I've had this quite a few times as white and black. Many different ways of playing it. Probably he'll take on c4 here. I guess he can play c5 too. This is a slightly inferior line, but it's actually probably going to transpose into something different now. It's going to turn into a Tarrasch, a line that Kasparov played quite a few times back in the 80s. All right, knight c6. What to play here? I'll try h3. Just basically, I want to put a bishop on e3, stop any kind of knight g4 tricks, and then I want to play against this isolated pawn here on d5. Rook e8, bishop e3. Probably develop rook c1, queen d2. That'd be ideal. Now after a6. There are a few ways to play this. I think I'll try to play a little bit positionally. I'll exchange and go knight a4. Try and dominate on these dark squares, d4, c5. c6 could also become a weakness here. So let's see what he's going to do. Right, rook b8. Play rook c1. So let's see. Bishop d7. Now I want to put something on c5, but b2 is weak, so I'll play b3. Make sure b2's not hanging, and then next move I'll move a knight, or I'll put a bishop on d4 or c5 potentially. Both moves look reasonable. So bishop d6. Now I should be careful not to allow him to play the thematic sacrifice on e3 here with rook takes e3, so put the bishop on d4, c5, bishop d4, probably knight e4. Bishop c5 looks a little bit stronger to me optically. Basically, chase the bishop from d6. If he goes c7, then I'll go bishop d4. And if knight e4, then I get knight c5. Whereas if I go bishop d4, knight e4, knight c5, there are a couple exchanges that he can try. So we'll exchange knight c5. Attacking the pawn on a6, maybe a5, and then e4 would be good. Rook b5 is a move here as well. Basically, I'm trying to play against all these weak pawns in the center while at the same time, I don't have any weaknesses either. So e4. Alright, so rook b5. I'll play queen d4. Protect the knight. Still can't do anything here in the center. See what he's going to do here. Queen e5, okay. Reasonable move. Guess I'll take. Maybe I'll take on d5. Maybe play knight d3. This could be a nice tactic here. Because now I'm attacking the pawn on c6. So rook e8. If I take c6, he takes e4. I want to play e5. Then there's bishop f5. Still not trivial, but I'll go for it anyway. Knight d7, rook c6, and now if he takes on e5, I take rook c8. Probably bishop b7, then rook d6, or rook b6, also a move. I'll just play rook c1, double up. Since I'm up a pawn and black's pieces are pretty discombobulated and he doesn't exactly have a whole lot of play here, it's better to try and exchange. And now after rook c7, he's really in trouble. Bishop c8 is the only way to protect, then bishop d5, and this is pretty much over. And he takes e5, I'll take. He'll take probably. I'll make the bad pre-move, assuming he'll take. He's not watching the feed, or he probably would have moved. He moved a rook or something, waiting for me to blunder. Rook e1, bishop f1, and e6. Maybe you can try to roll a d pawn, but it's just a free piece. Should be over. Take rook d6, and that should be game. Okay, one. All right, so let's see. So who next? Who will I play next? Let's see. Where are all the top guys? They all seem to have run away. Okay. White again. All right. Good start. 2 whites. Okay, so bishop c5. I think this is supposed to be considered dubious for some reason. Queen g4, queen f6, queen g3. Should be good for white. King f8 is also a move. If knight f6, queen g7, and black's just lost. Queen g3 to go knight d5. d6, and now knight d5, and now it's already probably just lost. Oops, sorry about that. I switched the wrong screen. Wrong one. Sorry about that. Queen d8. Takes g7. And let's see. So I could take. Do I have anything better? Doesn't look like it. I'll just grab. King d7 maybe? Okay, now I'll just take all the pieces. I assume he's going to move a knight, so I'll just pre-move it. So let's see, so a5, I'll play c3, probably takes, knight b5, a4, knight a7, just knight f3. Oh, so it looks like Penguin showed up, the one and only. I might actually play him a few games now. Let's see. So this, I wish I had more to say about this game. This is pretty much just winning, so it's a little bit hard. Okay, bishop a7, bishop c5, takes. Probably he'll take, and I'll just try to run the a pawn down simplest way. So, all right, let's see. So it takes, and okay, let's see. All right, so I'm gonna challenge Penguin, see if he wants to play or not. Is he gonna accept? Maybe not. Unfortunate. Well, if he's not gonna play, then I'll find I'll find someone else. Okay. Maybe I'll try a little bullet action. I know some people wanted me to play some bullet the first time around, so maybe I'll play Danny Wrench. That would be an interesting person to play if he wants to actually play. Let's see. Oh, come on, Danny. You know you can accept. Oh, this is very disappointing. So Penguin and Danny don't want to play. All right. Let's see who else. Play. I'll send out a challenge to Amon maybe. Maybe he'll play. Play some Blitz maybe. So right now I'm sending out a bunch of challenges. See if anyone's gonna accept. So far none of them are accepting. I'm surprised. Sent out 4 challenges, so just kind of waiting to see if anyone's going to accept them. Apparently not. Okay, so let's see. So play. Who will I challenge? Let's see. All right, let's see. Okay. I'll play. Sorry about the slow time here, just waiting to see if anyone wants to play, but I guess if no one wants, none of the top guys want to play, then I'll just start playing against everyone again. Just try a few more challenges, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so I sent out a Blitz and a bullet challenge to Penguin, sent out a bullet challenge to Danny Wrench. Blitz and bullet, okay, so I guess, yeah, okay, we're gonna go. Okay. Let's see, all pretty standard. He likes to play this line pretty frequently. So it's all known theory. Let's see, okay, so far, once again, all pretty standard. I think I'm just winning a pawn here. Maybe I'm wrong. Looks like it, at any rate. Maybe he'll play f5, maybe not. Okay, trying to be tricky. A couple ways I could play it. Oh, did I just hang rook b1? That's unfortunate. But I'm still in the game, or maybe I'm not. Can I take this? I'll go for it, why not? Actually, why did I just do that? Let's see if I can maybe swindle him here. I mean, this is kind of not what I was trying to do, but we'll see. At any rate. Yeah, this did not work out the way it was supposed to. So okay, now this. Such lag. What's going on here? What's going on? Okay, that was weird. Alright, I'm obviously not going to be playing both. That seemed to be some really weird lag. That was weird. Okay. Alright, let's see. I'll go back to playing Blitz then. Alright, I'll just go back to playing Blitz then, because that was a little bit silly. I don't actually know what happened there. Because somehow I timed that all my time ran out, but his time also was running too, so that was kind of weird. Okay, let's see. So I'll play some Blitz then. Go back to playing Blitz. Okay, this should be... Okay, let's see. Alright, so play Nimzo. Let's see what he wants to do. Okay, he's going to be boring. Play Queen C2. Knight F3, D5. H4, C5. This is all pretty known. Takes, Knight C6. Probably takes, maybe Rook D1, also a move. Right, Rook D1 is definitely a move. I'll just play G5. Queen A5. See what he wants to do here. Maybe H4. Maybe takes on C6. Maybe just Bishop E2. But I think on Bishop E2, Knight E4, this is kind of wrong. Castles, I'll take. Probably he'll take. I don't really know what he's playing for though, because if I can never exchange, really, if he can keep the bishops on the board, his reasonable attacking chances. I mean, just because I've got this open king side a little bit. Knight B3. I have Bishop F5. I could also just play Queen takes A2 maybe. Why not? I don't see my queen getting trapped here. He'll probably take. I'll take. Queen F6. Queen H5 looks fine. Knight D4, probably Queen C4. Knight C5. He wants to go Queen C4, Queen F6 maybe. Takes, Bishop D6, Queen H6. Yeah, there are a couple different ways of playing. I could also just play B6 maybe. B6, Knight D3, Bishop A6. Probably not best. Let's see, so I could play D4 also. Just Bishop E6 or Knight E7. Many different options here, but let's see. Okay, Knight C5 seems like a bad move for some reason, but I'll just play it. Give him a chance to show the... Oh, Queen A3? Oh, that I was not expecting, however. I think that was probably a bad move, Queen A3. I think Queen F6 was the more challenging try. Because now I'll have to move the knight. Let's say Knight D3, Bishop F5. And if I get the bishop to G6, then my king side should be pretty safe. If he plays Rook C1, there are a few moves. Probably shouldn't say every single move that I'm considering because he's probably watching the stream. But let's see. Maybe Knight D3, Bishop F5, Knight E5, I'll just take. So he wants to get a queen to F6 or something like that, but realistically that's not it's not going to happen. And actually, even if he does get that, he's still probably in a lot of trouble. So, like, I'll give him his Queen D6 and I'll just go King H7. I could also maybe play Queen D6, Rook E8, sack and exchange and try to roam with the A pawns, but that seems a little bit superficial. So I'll just play King H7, Queen F6, Rook G8, and I'm pretty solid. So he can, yeah, of course he can play Rook D5. To go A5 or not to go A5, that is the question. Or Rook E8. All reasonable moves. Rook D8 allows Queen F6, just for those who are wondering. So I'll just play rook g8, just something simple, safe. Make sure there are no tricks over here. My king is very safe on h7, and hopefully I can just run the b pawn and the a pawn down the board. Don't really want an exchange, but I'll offer the exchange. Probably he'll take, I would assume. Maybe not. Maybe he'll try and play queen f6, but queen f6, rook e8 looks pretty good now. And bishop g3, how do I force an exchange of queens? Queen e7 doesn't work. Okay, I'll just play rook e6, make him go passive. Okay, so he wants to go rook d7, so I'll try to make him exchange queens now. And if he insists on keeping queens on the board now I'm going to start running the pawns. Okay, that's still a move. I could take. I don't have to take, I kind of want to. Not necessary at all. Here come the pawns. I don't know, what's he trying to do? Queen b2 doesn't threaten anything. Oh, and I'm also way down on time somehow. So I'm going to have to stop commenting every single move that I play. So I'm going to attack the pawn again. Let's see what he does. That's a bad move. Too much lag, too much lag. Alright, let's see. It's rather frustrating. Okay, well, it's one way to not play good moves. What was that? Oh. Is he thinking or is he lagging? Or am I lagging? Okay, reasonable. King h1, bishop d4, bishop g5, f6. Takes queen f6, queen f3, queen e5, queen e3. Drawish. Probably is not so bad, actually. Looks a lot worse than it is. Queen c3, queen e2. Bishop g4, bishop b2. See what he's going to do. He can always take on b2, but he has double pawns up here. Oh, did I forget about that one? Whoops. But, wait, what? Free piece? That turned around quickly. Rook e8. Q1 takes. I have queen f8, queen f6, queen f3, queen h4, queen g3. Okay, so now he plays rook b8. Now I can slowly start to untangle. Let's see. So I'll play bishop c1. Seems reasonable. Protect the bishop. Do something over here. Alright, so h6. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'll try to exchange the queens with queen f4. Oh, he wants to go for this? It's surprising. Play rook e2. Takes, bishop c7. This looks pretty good. 4, c3. The way the pawn structure is, it should be very good for me, because basically, let's see. Okay, what's the way to do this? Construction. So I'm going to play rook e8, rook c8, and take the pawn. That's the construction that I need here. So a4, rook c6, a3, rook a6, and if rook c1, I just take. King f3, a4, bishop b4, and now he's just boxed. f6, rook a6, and rook a5, and yeah, it's time to resign. Okay, let's see. Alright, d4. He's going to play the same line, or maybe he'll play knight f3. He's going to play the same thing, probably. Queen c2, I assume. Okay, he's going to play this. The old stuff. Actually, maybe I'll try to play something a little bit more creative today. d5 is the modern main line these days. There are a few other lines as well. c5. This is what I'm playing now is considered the old main line. I remember playing this a lot when I was younger, as white specifically. Rook a d1. Now that seems wrong. I think because of knight e4, if I remember correctly. Takes, knight c3, takes, rook f d8, if knight b5, rook c8. Pretty even, but still something. I'm presuming that he didn't actually look at this line. Okay, so f3, so I'll play a6, stop any knight b5 stuff. Now I'll go c5, try to open up the queen side a little bit. Bring my king closer. King e7, rook a c8, that's the perfect harmony that I want. So we'll see. So this position of course is equal. Maybe b6 is slightly weak here. If you can do something like d5, knight a4, although here I just have bishop c6. Otherwise probably, okay, so he's knight a4. Now I can play bishop c6 here. Do I have to play it? Maybe not, but I'll play it. Now he's threatening to play d5 maybe, but that really shouldn't worry me too much, so I'll just play knight f6. If he plays d5, probably I'll take and go bishop b7. Try and play some kind of Benoni structure. Don't have to, probably will, but... Okay, so he takes... This was a classical game I would certainly take with a d-pawn and make a draw, but since this is not, I don't really want to take with this pawn, but I'll do it. Probably because b4, but as I said before, this is not a classical game, so it doesn't really make sense not to. I could play rook b8, I could take. I guess I'll just play rook b8. It's a little bit hard at this point to not be solid now. If I take rook b8, rook b2, and then rook a1 could be rather unpleasant. Okay, so he goes b5, bishop b7, probably a4, but now I'll play a5. And, well, let's see. So, okay, so he plays e4. I can play g5 maybe. That's one move here. I think I'll play... What will I play here? Fine. I'll just play knight e8. f4, and what is he trying to do? Play e5? Okay, I'll play knight c7. If I go knight e8, e5, bishop f3, e6, rook d6, rook d6, bishop d1, rook d1, knight b6, I'm fine. So e5 takes. If he plays king f3, fe5. So basically I'm just playing to get this knight here to b6. So e5, so now I take. I assume he'll take on d6, maybe not. Okay, if he doesn't, then I might as well pre-move to e5. Because if he takes the bishop, then I'll just take on e5 and we'll exchange everything, and then I'll have knight b6 at the end. If he plays e6, if he takes on d6, rook d6. Okay, so probably he'll take, rook d1, knight b6. Probably knight e4, not guaranteed. Knight e4, I also have rook c8 maybe. Or I could just take the pawn. Knight, probably close to draw though. Okay, so do I have to take? Probably I don't have to take the pawn, but it looks like the most logical move. So it's going to lead to some kind of 4 versus 3 endgame here. I think I take. He's going to check. I'm going to go king f8. Probably he'll take. I'll take. So we're going to reach a 4 versus 3 endgame, or not. If he's going to go knight c7, let's see. So if I go king e8, probably rook c7. But what does he have here? Okay, I'll check him. King g3. Now if I go knight e3, knight e5, f6, looks good. And so let's see. So if you can't push the knight to f3 because g2 hangs. Knight c6 is a move. I can take the pawn, I suppose. Not that I want to. King f3, knight d5, rook c8, king d7. That's 4 versus 1. Is that enough to win? Probably not. Actually, I've got to be careful. Again, I'm getting too low on time. So yeah. So actually, this might just be the simplest way to win. And if g4, I just check. Knight d5, probably rook d7. Nope, that's not going to get it done. It's kind of annoying people knowing that I'm streaming, so I'm lagging just a little bit because otherwise I would probably just resign some of these positions. Alright, queen b6, I'll play a4. a6 probably. Play a5. If black takes, I have knight c3, queen b4, rook a4, trapping the queen, so queen c7. Keep on hitting the queen. I can take here. I can go bishop a4. All options are on the table. I think I'll try bishop a4 just to be a little bit more creative. d4. If he goes bishop g7, I'll probably just take. If he takes on d4, now I can take on f6, I suppose. I can also just play bishop d4 or e4. Many different options here. Let's just see. I think here I'll just take with the pawn. Bishop g7, castles, and play knight c3. Just see what he wants to do, because if he goes queen d8, I'll probably take on c6. Plays queen e6, which looks kind of weird. I'll play rook e1. And now he's in trouble, because now when he plays knight e4, knight d5, if he moves his knight anywhere else, I just take the pawn on d5. So we'll see. So knight e4, I'll take the pawn. If he plays rook d8, I have knight f6 with check, and that should be game over. Play him again. Let's see what he wants to do. So d4, knight f6, 4. He wants to play bishop f4. Okay. Trying to be like Magnus. I'll play b6. I think this might have been Magnus's game against Maxime Vachier-Lagrave in the Blitz from Norway, or something very similar to this at least. Knight f3, d5. Probably bishop d3, maybe not. Play knight e4. Okay, so c3. I'll just play knight e7, so on queen c2 I can play f5. Okay, he wants to play queen e2. I'll just castle. Probably castle short, I would assume. Okay, so he's trying to play something weird. He's like trying to outweight me or something. I'm not sure what he's trying to do. I mean, either he's going to put something on e5. He can, well, actually, no. If he goes knight e5, I just take on g3. So if he takes, I'll take back with the pawn, and then he no longer has a square on e5. So let's see what he's going to do. So he's just going to castle. Okay, now I'll play queen f6. I also could have maybe taken the bishop on g3. That was also a possibility. So c4. Interesting. Okay, now I'll take for sure. Takes, and I'll play c6 is always there. Maybe there are other moves too. I don't know if c6 is necessarily best. I can play a6 here. But you know what? There comes a point in time. No, I'll play a6 with the intention of playing g5, g4, and I played a6 to stop bishop b5 because I want to take back on d5 with the c pawn here. So my next move is almost certainly going to be like g5, g4. I guess I'll make the pre-move on g5, g4. And now he's a tough decision because if he goes to h4, his knight's kind of locked out for the rest of the game. Playing rook f7 to stop any kind of exchange sack here, so in case we exchange. Knight b3. Play. What do I want to play? I'll just play. Should I have to think here for a second? So is c5 really a threat or not? It could be. I could play b5. Don't have to. I could also just play something like knight f8, but that looks really kind of ugly. So. I think I'll just play rook a7. Basically call his bluff and outweight him and see what he wants to do. And now I'll play king g7 or knight f8. I think I'll just play king g7. a5, now I'll play b5. And I'll force him to exchange and do something. But see, here he has no entry squares on the c file, so in fact everything is very much under control. Now I can play knight f8 and knight g6, which was more or less my original idea. And knight c5, bishop a8. And again, he has very nice looking pieces, but he doesn't really have the squares for them. So bishop e2, I'll play knight g6. But now he's going to run into problems here on the king side most likely. Play bishop b7, make sure he can't get in with rook c8. Now how to play this? Do I want to take? Kind of annoying. Okay, I'll let him in here and I'll go rook f7. And I'll try to do something on the queen side. Or not the queen side, sorry, the king side. So I'm going to go rook h8 and g5. That's my 1-2 punch. g5 and queen h6, and then it's all over. Because again, he has no entry squares. Even though he has this open c file, the bishops control all the key squares. Now I have g5, I think, just winning the game here. Oh wait, no, he has knight e2. I should have checked him first, maybe. That wasn't so smart. But anyway, game goes on. I'll play queen e7. Maybe rook h1 and f4 was a little bit better, maybe. So he's playing knight c3. I'll play bishop b4. Now I will. What, he wants to take on f5? He can't do that. Okay, and I will play rook c8. And I'll play queen b4, try to force an exchange of queens now. Queen a2, bishop b6. Give him rook h1 if he wants it. I don't have to. I'll just play simple chess now. And now I'll blast it in the center. Because d4 is coming and now he's got all kinds of problems. If he takes, I take with the queen and I threaten mate. If he moves the knight, I just take like on e3. If he takes, I'll just take back. If he doesn't, yeah, resigns also is pretty good option. Okay, it worked so well last time, I might as well go for it again. So he plays a6, the way to stop the pre-move. I'll play c4. Knight f6. I'll play something creative this game. I'll just take, giving up the bishops to ruin his pawn structure. Not necessarily what I would normally do, but seems interesting enough. Probably queen d8, play rook c1. Try to put some pressure on this pawn maybe at some point. I'm not sure if I'm going to go bishop e2. If he's going to go if he's going to go b6, maybe I will go g3. Could also go d4. Or bishop c4. A lot of options here. I think I'll just play bishop e2. And I'll just castle. I'll give him rook g8. I don't really care if he wants to do something. And now I'll play knight h4. Okay, and I'll play bishop f3. And if he goes f5, I go g3 to protect the knight, of course. And I'm just trying to play along this diagonal since my bishop is better than his. Maybe I'll play d4, cd4, knight e2, or knight a4. Put some pressure all over on his piece on the queen side. So he plays rook b8. I could play d4 here. Play knight e2 also, or just something simple like a3. All seem reasonable. I think I'll just play a3. Castles, and now I'll play knight e2, so that on knight e5 I can exchange, and then I can play d4. In fact, but if he's going to go queen e7, I can play b4 here, or d4. D4 looks like the right move. And on rook d8, just queen c2. Or no, sorry, queen e1. Queen c2 you can take, bishop c6, d3. So queen e1. If he takes, I take d3, knight d4, and I'm just up a piece. Knight d4. And what am I missing? What am I missing here? Survey says I'm not missing anything, apparently. Right, queen a3, I'll take exchange the bishops, and queen c3 maybe to pick up the pawn. Yeah, why not? Because also at some point, if I pick up this pawn, which I can, I don't have to. Okay, if I take e5, knight c2, queen c1, e5, knight f5, e4, e4, even that's quite good, but there's no need to get into any of this. I'll just play rook a1. Queen c5. And I'll just play queen d2. So if he wants to take on d4, he can take on d4. I don't really care, because his king will also be open once this bishop is off the board. And if he doesn't, well, he's probably just lost if he doesn't do that. Maybe he can play a5, a5, rook c1, but it's pretty bleak. All right, so a5, play rook c1. Probably queen d5, and now I'll play rook c3. Just make him take on d4. Rook d1. And now this is looking pretty good. Queen f6. So he wants to go e5, e4. I don't have to let him go for that. I mean, I can play something else. Let's just see. Okay, I'll just play rook c6. Try and put pressure on his queenside pawns, because this pawn d3, I can eventually round it up. It's blockaded. It's not going anywhere. So queen d4. I'll play. Oops, be careful. Knight f3 allows queen e4. So okay, so queen d4, knight f3, queen e4, queen g5, king f8, check, king h8, check, and knight e5 does not seem right. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so queen b4. Without any actual threat. So I'll regroup. I'll bring my knight back now, because knight f3 allowed queen e4, so I'll regroup the other way. I'll maybe go to f4, h5, try to mate him that way, or I'll just come to e3 too. So queen e4, and now I can take. I don't have to. I'll just take, and I'll just check, and I'll just pick up all his rooks. Okay, let's see. So probably d4 knight f6. Okay, so he's gonna play bishop f4 again. How to play this? I'll just play it just like I did last game. I'll just put a bishop on d6. Put a knight. He's gonna go to c3 here. So he's asking me to take. Because this worked last game, I'll play another stonewall. Maybe he'll take on d6. Maybe he won't. He apparently won't. So I'll play knight d7. Although here by leaving the bishop on f4, he opens himself up to some g5 tempo. Some g5s with tempo. So queen c2, I'll play f5, standard. A4, should I really be worried about this? I mean, I know he wants to go a5. Who cares? I'm just going to attack him. I'll just play g5. So he wants to play bishop e5. Interesting. And I'll just castle. If I don't have to take on e5, generally in these structures, you don't want to take on e5 unless you're forced to. And here I'm now threatening g4, undermining this knight on f3. And then if he moves the knight after g4 knight moves, I just take on e5 2 times and I'm up a pawn. If he takes on d6, I take with the pawn, and I've already got my kingside pawns rolling, so it's pretty good. He probably will take, though, if I had to guess. Maybe not. Okay, so let's see. What's his plan here? So he plays c4, which strikes me as being rather wrong. I feel like there's got to be a tactical solution here. So if I take on e5, and he takes back with the knight, I can take back. Oh, did I misplay this? Could I have taken d2 instead? No, taking on e5 is correct. If he took back, I just take his knight, so he's going to play bishop e4. Now, the question here is how to capitalize. So if I take on c4, he'll just take, and even though I'm a pawn in the resulting structures, he's going to get a knight to e5, which is not really what I want. So probably I will take, but how will I take is, I guess, the question. Fe4 seems logical. De4 also makes sense. I mean, all the moves look pretty good here. I just have to kind of figure out which one to do. I will take with the d pawn. Play c5. And now we'll see. So he plays rook d1. I can play queen d3. I can just play queen c7 also. Now if he plays queen c3, I'll play rook d8. Probably knight b1, only move. Now here's where I have to figure out what the plan is. I can play f4, I can play bishop. I think I'll just play bishop c6, improve the bishop. Makes some sense. And now I'll just do something over here. I'll just kind of delay all my moves, make him wait. Okay, a6 to stop knight b5. Play h4. Okay, so actually that's a bad move because now he's going to cede control of the d file. In fact, actually, why did I play rook d8? I could have just taken that pawn. That was pretty stupid of me. But anyway, still a big clamp over here on the king side, so it's actually really quite hard for him to play. He's trying to somehow survive this. I can play a5 here. I'm not crazy about it. I think I'll just go rook d2 though. But on queen c3, I can play queen d3. Knight e1. And I think after queen e2, it's just he's getting mated now. So that should be GG. Maybe he'll play h3, try to fight on another move or two. But in all likelihood, this should be GG. Now I'll play g4, so I'm threatening mate, queen f1, g3. And actually, the whole board here is kind of cut for him, so it's rather unpleasant. Okay, let's see what he'll do. He gets a third chance to improve on his opening play. Okay, so he's going to play the same thing, probably some knight c6, some a6s. I don't really want to play knight f3, but I'll do it. Knight f6. Play a3. I know this guy likes to put a bishop on f5 or g4, so by playing a3, I'm going to stop him from doing that, because if he goes bishop g4, I'll just take on c5, and then follow it up with b4. So that's the whole point behind this a3 move, as opposed to playing some kind of normal developing move. So takes, probably e6, or queen c7, I'll just take. Queen c6 is generally not how I'd play this, but I think this guy has played the Petrosian system before with white, and this is kind of similar, I would say. I mean, Petrosian system is the is d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, b6, a3, and then usually black plays some d5 later on and exchanges knights on c3. Bishop f5, I'll play rook c1. Like I said, this guy likes to put a bishop on f5 or g4 if he can. So rook d8. Now I'm gonna go knight f3, because if I can get knight d4 and it comes with an extra tempo, then I have to make use of him playing these moves without developing anything here on the king side. So probably bishop g6, maybe moves the queen back to c7. But at any rate, I'm liking the position that I have so far. I think it's pretty good. Okay, so bishop e4. So now I can play knight d4, knight e5. A lot of interesting options. Now, if I go knight d4, he wants to go queen c7, followed up by e5. So I think it makes more sense maybe to play c4, maybe. Knight d4, queen c7, c4, e5. If I play knight e5, queen c7, f3, bishop, I'll play knight e5. And so now if he goes queen c7, I'll play f3, kick the bishop out of e4, which is why I want queen b6. I can go queen d4 again. I can actually maybe go f3 or not. f3 takes, bishop e2, bishop f5. Not really. So I can play queen d4 here, but I also don't want to really do that either. So I have to come up with something energetic and active here. Maybe bishop d4, maybe. Not quite sure yet. Or just b4, maybe. Yeah, I think I'll just play b4 with the idea that on e6 I can play c4. And the point being that once he takes, I have queen a4 check. Or then he has queen b5, maybe not quite. Oh, but if he takes, maybe I just go bishop d4. So basically the big threat here is queen a4 check, since he has no way of blocking. So I'll throw in the check. Gonna have to go king f8. And now, let's see. Now how do I punish him? It's punishment time. Probably I should have played bishop d4 first instead of queen a4 check, but it's easier said than it's easier to see it after the fact. So c5, queen c7. Probably I'll just play f3, kick the bishop back. I can go c6 here. I don't have to, but it looks like a good move, so why not? b6, and now I'll just munch pawn. And this is getting pretty ugly in a hurry for Mr. Penguin. Now here I can maybe go queen b7. Not crazy about it. There probably are other ways of playing this, so let's see. I think I'll probably just check. I'll just throw in the check here, because when he takes, I take queen d7, queen b6. I'm up a pawn, and he still won't. He won't have castle. He has no coordination here with this rook on h8, which really looks kind of stupid here. And if he goes there, I think I can just... if I take, he goes rook d7. So he does have some tricks still left in the bag. So I'll just... if I play knight b6, probably rook b8. And some kind of weird counterplay, maybe. Maybe not at the same time. I'll just take. I'll just go in for an endgame here. And I've got an extra pawn. It's gonna be a protected pass pawn, in fact. So this is looking pretty good. So probably he'll take, maybe not. But at any rate, this should just be technically winning. I just have to be careful about the time situation here. That's the only really big issue. Anyway, shouldn't have any issues though here. Let's just time to flag him first. B5 was a bad move. Checkmate. Okay, so now he's gonna actually maybe we'll see a Petrosian system as I was just mentioning before, where he plays like A3 and D5. Okay, he wants to play this one. So we'll see. Okay, and here I can castle. I don't have to. I mean, I know Queen B6 is also a move that's playable, but I think I'll just take on D4. And now I will figure this out. I think B4 is a move. Knight D5 is also a move. Knight H5 also is possibly a move. So I have to be a little bit careful here. So let's see. So B4 is a move, but castles looks right. Because on D5 I can just take with the pawn. So there shouldn't be any real worries. That's what I was really worried about. If I had played like a move like B4, then he would have played D5, and he would have had a very strong attack. And now he's obviously trying to figure out if he can play D5, but I'm pretty sure he cannot play D5 here. So so we'll see. Okay, so he plays knight E5. I can play H6. I don't have to. I would prefer to play something else actually. Maybe like B4. B4 knight A4, A5 maybe, or maybe just even something simple like Rook C8. But Rook C8 allows knight F7 maybe. So I do have to be a little bit careful here. I could play knight D5 as well, or maybe even just knight E5 and knight D7 seems reasonable. Why not? Let's just see. So takes knight D7. Probably bishop F4. Maybe he'll exchange. Bishop F4, Queen C7. I'm pretty happy with what I've accomplished out of the opening. Okay, bishop F4, Queen C7. And now I want to kick his knight at some point. Knight C5, B4, or B4 right away. Even just knight C5 here. Although I think I'll just put a rook on D8 so that I can meet Queen H5 with knight F8, and then there are no weaknesses over here on the king side. This takes. I'll play rook C8. And white's maybe very slightly better here, but there really shouldn't be any big issues. So I'll play knight F8. If I can exchange rooks especially, there can never be any real danger here. Now, with this structure, it's going to be very hard for white to do anything. Takes. I'll play rook D8. I'll take. Queen C7. Now I'll try and gang up on this pawn here on E5 if I can. Because basically this whole king side here is very, very stable. There really are no threats for white, so I should be fine. Okay, so Queen D2. I'll play something. I'll play Knight D7. Let's see what he's going to do. I mean, he can always sack on H6, but it's not going to lead. Maybe it's actually just going to be a draw if he sacks on H6, but I don't think he has more than that. So he's clearly deep in thought. He probably wants to do it, but isn't able to make it work. So Queen C3, play Bishop B6, and now this E5 pawn has become a big liability for white. Queen E1, Bishop D4, and now he's in a lot of trouble. Down 2 pawns. Just knight F8 to protect. As long as I don't allow some kind of silly checkmate, I should just be maybe not winning. There are still some serious technical difficulties here, but significantly better at any rate. Queen A3, and now I'll play Queen C5, force him to exchange, or drop another pawn. basically now the problem for him is he's down so many pawns that he kind of has to go for broke. And so let's see. So actually now there is a problem that he's going to have to exchange queens or exchange bishops, and this should just be lost. And now I'll just create a square for my king so that I can bring my knight into the game, and the rest should be pretty straightforward. Actually, I didn't have to hang that pawn, but such is life. Okay, so I think I'll play him maybe 2 more games, I think is what I'll do. 2 more, and then I'll play someone else. Okay, so this time he played e5, I'll move one. Something a little bit different. Play d4, probably takes, or alright, so takes, probably knight g7, knight a3, so that if he castles, I have knight c4. So probably he's going to have to take on e5 now. Depending what he wants to do, so we'll see. So bishop g4, play knight c4 here, takes queen f3. He wants to go d5, that's right, okay, of course. So I'll just play bishop e2, probably takes, knight e5 maybe. We'll see. Okay, so d e5. Now I can take on d8, rook d8, knight b5 maybe. It's a little bit weird. I don't know if knight b5 is right, but it looks, or knight c4. If I go knight b5, maybe he goes knight b4. That's the only tricky part. Or this, which I completely forgot about. That was unfortunate. Yeah, that was stupid. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to just like play passive. Castles, knight d2, try to exchange some pieces since I played a stupid move. Now the structure is such that even here, even though I played a stupid move and lost a tempo, I can't really be worse, which is always a good thing. Want to go for knight c5 here at some point. If he's going to let me exchange rooks, I do want to exchange rooks. I'm just not sure how I want to exchange them. So I think I'll start with knight c4 to put pressure on this e5 pawn. So it goes h6. I can play a4. I can play g4 also to try and prevent f5 from being a real issue. And I think I will, actually. Just if he wants to play f5, I'll take knight g3, and I kind of like this. Again, he can always exchange the rooks if he wants to. Not that it much matters to me. So he plays e4. Okay, so now I can exchange. I don't have to. This is pretty drawish, unfortunately. Let's see. So I'll just check. I'll put a knight on f4. With b5, I'll bring the knight back to d2. Bring the knight back to f1 to g3. I'm going to go this way. I mean, this is pretty drawish, I would say. I guess I'll try to create something. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to create, but I'll try to create something. Oh, did I just hang a pawn over here? That was unfortunate, but maybe not, because I'm going to actually win a pawn on the other side. So even though I blundered inadvertently, I'm still very much in the game. I don't know what knight a6 was. That was just a stupid move. Knight endgames are very tricky, though. That's one thing that has to be said. They're a lot trickier than people tend to realize. Okay. Yeah, I don't see it here, so. Okay, so he wants to draw, fine. Okay, so I'll play one more and that should be good. Maybe he won't play bishop f4, probably some. Oh, he will. He does want to play bishop f4, okay. Same thing. Ah, so he plays c4 this time. Okay, so trying to be tricky here. So I'll play bishop d6, try to exchange the bishops anyway. Probably bishop g3 is best. Maybe bishop g5 if he wants to play something original. Though he did lose a tempo on this, it has to be said. So this is not necessarily the right way to play this, I would say. Rook c1, I'll play a6 to stop knight b5. And he goes bishop h4, I don't know what he's trying to do. I can play c5 here, I don't have to. I'll just play rook c8. That might have allowed something that I shouldn't have allowed with bishop f5, but okay, so bishop g3, and I can take or play bishop f8. I think I'll just take. I'll try to play original chess here with c4, b5, expand on the queen side. Probably in a normal game I wouldn't quite play like this. I think there probably are slightly better ways of playing, but in a game like this, there's no reason not to. So I'll play knight e4, knight d2. I can play f5 if I want to, and I think I will, because this e5 square is never a real weakness here for me, so it shouldn't be a big deal. And I also have threats of like putting a rook on h6 eventually and doing something. I mean, white's problem here is white's very cramped. White doesn't have a whole lot of space, and white's just getting slowly pushed back. So here I can take with the f pawn, which I might. I think I'll just take with the d pawn though, so on f3 I can play this differently. g4 now, that's a strange move. I was not expecting that. So I'll play queen g5, play knight f6. I'm going to play for some knight g4, queen h4, and some mate stuff if I get the chance. Okay, so d5, I'll play rook d8, queen d4. It's not create an actual threat, I don't think. Back for more. All right, so let's see. So what's going to happen? So he can play knight takes e4. Then I have rook takes d5. If he plays something else, I'm not really sure what else he can do here. Maybe queen d2 is a move. Maybe not. I'm not actually sure. So rook d2, which is always a move. So now I can play rook d6 maybe to try and mate him, which I think actually looks really quite strong. And now, oh wait, rook h6 is not mate. What am I thinking? I'm crazy. Oh, that was stupid. That was very stupid. Incredibly stupid, actually. Oh, okay, never mind. Well, that was weird. Okay. Very strange. I don't know if I lost that connection there for a second or what happened. King f1 was the right move, not g3. Okay, I'll try to win. I'll try to beat him down 2 more times, then I'll stop, assuming that the connection is decent. So if he wants to play d5, I'll just take. This is not, I think, the best way to play this for black. Generally, at least it's not considered to be the best way to play, because I think white gets a big center here, and it's quite hard for black to play. because white also controls all the pawn breaks here in the center too. Maybe he'll take, maybe he won't. I would assume he will take. Okay, queen b6, king h1. Probably he'll take now, I would assume. Still, he doesn't have to take. Knight g4, I'll play queen e1. Probably now he does. Now he definitely has to take, so probably knight a4. h3 also is a threat. Not really sure if he's trying to play this to castle on the queen side. Maybe he wants to play some h5. I'm not actually sure what he's trying to do, but at any rate, we'll find out in a few seconds. Knight e3 here probably loses to knight a4. So he plays a6, which is a strange move. So I'll play h3. Okay, so he does want to play for some nonsense on the king side, which is not really advisable because I can play g3 here maybe. In fact, g3 actually makes a lot of sense, but it doesn't feel quite right. So if I'm not going to play g3, and I don't want him to get anything here, I think queen g3 is a logical try. Basically, I'm trying to say to him, like, prove that you have something over here on the king side while I just keep developing my pieces, because his king in the center, both rooks are undeveloped, and it's not exactly trivial to play. So bishop d7, I'll play bishop d2. Maybe now I'll move the knight and have some bishop a5 trick if he castles on the queen side. He obviously can't castle on the king side, because then I'll just take his knight. So he's playing g6. I think I'll play knight d1. Now, of course, if he does castle, he runs into bishop a5 immediately. And now he also can't really move his knight because the e5 pawn is too weak to be defended. So he's playing f6, which is, it's an ugly looking move. So now the question is how to take advantage, because he's clearly playing suboptimal moves. So I can maybe just move my knight. I can also play queen h4 maybe, or knight g1, knight f3. There are a lot of options here. I'm not really sure which one's the best. I mean, I think I'll just play knight e3. He'll probably play h4 here, I would assume. Queen f3, he'll take, we'll exchange. I mean, I probably could have gotten something a little bit better than this, but it's definitely not bad. So now I'll put pressure on h4, try to exchange the dark square bishops. Because his only trump here is that he has two bishops. That's literally the only trump in the position for black. I'll take the pawn. Rook f3. Queen g7. I'll play rook f1. Queen f2. If g4, I'll just take the pawn. In fact, he might have to play g4. There might not be any other options for him here. f5 I'll just take, so I'll obviously go for this. I mean, this is a wishful thinking. He's trying to do something. I'll just sidestep it with king g1. If he goes g4, I'll just go h4. g3, I'll just take. This isn't really how I wanted to play this. I mean, I've given him a lot more counterplay than he should have gotten, but I still should be winning here. And now he's probably getting mated over here. When he takes, I can maybe run king d2. I don't want to take that risk. Whoops, that was a blunder. And that's not going to get it done. All right, one more and that's it. let's see. So bishop g5. A couple different ways of playing this. I'll just play queen c7, which these days is considered to be the best as far as I know. c4. If he castles, I'll probably play knight c5. a5 I think is not considered best. I think knight c5 is a problem here, because when he takes, I'll play knight c takes e4, and I'll hit the bishop on c4. So I guess am I back now or something? I'm a little bit confused as to what just happened. So bishop e7. Queen takes b2, takes, rook b1. Knight b7, b8, if knight c5, bishop f5. I might have just tricked him. So king e2, I'll play rook b5. So this has gotten a little bit messy again. Knight takes a6, I can take on a5. I can just take on d5, makes more sense probably. Because here I'm threatening bishop d3, so probably is to play rook d1. Then I go rook e5 and I net the a5 pawn too. So knight c7, I'll check. And I'll take the pawn. And this has gotten actually reasonably interesting again, considering how lost this should have been a few moves ago. So rook c1, bishop b6, not so trivial actually. Not easy at all. He can always probably just sack the exchange if he wants to, but not so simple. So what will I do? Will I play bishop e3? g5 is also a move. I think I'll just play something simple like king g7. Just play a waiting move, and now I'll play bishop d7. So he plays rook d8. So I have rook g5 here. I don't know if it works. Bishop a4 also. I'll play bishop a4 here. Try and keep all the pieces somewhere in a very confusing setup. So rook c4, and now I think I go rook g5, or maybe not. I still have rook e7 also, actually. So it's a very strange position. So bishop b3. I think I'll play h4 here, try and confuse the matters. Although that was probably a bad move, in fact, because now for bishop b3, he's got what, rook c6 or rook somewhere. Rook c3. I can take. I can also play like bishop a2 maybe. Plays rook a8, so now I can play I tricked him though, actually. Now he got himself into a mess again. So when he takes, he might actually not be able to take this pawn. This is kind of weird. Play bishop b6. And I'm going to try and flag him for sure in this one. Ah, I got this. Ah. And there goes another one that shouldn't have gone. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That was stupid. Should have been a draw, but okay. That's enough with this guy. I've frankly had it. Okay, good. Some reals here. Okay, I'll play Eric now. Assuming he wants to play. Yeah, okay. So he plays b6. This is not... Maybe he'll play e6 and transpose into a Queen's Indian. Something unusual. Bishop g5, bishop h4. g5, bishop g3. Knight d2. Probably he'll take on g3. Probably. Or he'll take on c3. One or the other. Or, I mean, f5. Although I think f5 allows bishop e5, if I remember correctly. There's... Should be slightly, this I think is considered slightly wrong, but I don't have the theory in my head right offhand. So let's see. So rook f8. So I can play d5, d6. I have bishop g7. So that's not a threat. So a3 is a move, or h4. I think h4 makes sense here. So knight c6. I can take on e4, takes on e5 and go knight d2. Probably knight c6 back, knight c6 e3, or knight g4. Probably a3. Takes. Bishop d6. Okay, now I'll take. Open up the h file for my rook. He can play queen g5. Probably I'll just put my other knight on f3 again. And now I'll play e3. Because also, when he castles, he's running into some kind of b4, c5. I have a big attack here, actually, if he does anything. So I'll castle. Basically tell him where is he putting his king. Is he gonna actually castle queenside or not? So now I'll go all in, play b4 c5. Play rook d2 to protect this f2 pawn, and then I'm gonna just play queen a4 next move. And e5. I can play queen a4 here, or I can take something, but I think I'll just play queen a4. Because also with the rook now on d2, it can also swing to the b5. It can swing to b2 as well. So ed4, I can take with the knight. I can take with the pawn. If I take with the pawn, he might have bishop g5, but I think taking with the knight makes the most sense, just to bring another piece closer to his king. So he'll probably have to take on c5, and then bishop takes a6. Takes, I'll take. Takes. Probably he'll take and maybe play rook f6. So rook f6 right away, I'll take. Queen b5 or knight d5 are both possible. Basically, if rook b2, he blocks with the rook, so knight d5 takes away that option. Knight d5 looks like a good move. And now if he plays rook a8, I can just check him on b5. Plays bishop b6, practical move trying to avoid checkmate, so I'll take his rook. He'll almost certainly take back the queen. And now it's something of a matter of technique. I'll play king b1, just so that I can swing my other rook to the queen side. f4. logical move. I can play knight c2. I can just play rook c1, maybe, or knight f3 also. But moves don't look so attractive here, so I need to come up with an idea. I think I'll play knight b3. He takes on e3 anyway. If I take on f4, he takes on f4. I don't have anything special. Okay, queen b3. Just protect the pawn, pin the bishop. Simple chess. Takes probably rook e8 or something. Or queen g6. Now I'll put my king on a2 so that I can swing the other rook to b1. So queen e4. And here, do I have knight e6? No, I don't. That's very sad. And if he plays knight takes e3... Wait, queen takes e3? Wait, what? So queen d5... now I have knight c6. Do I have anything better? I don't see it right off, so I'll go for it. Oh, actually I can't take. Sorry, I thought I could take the bishop twice, but I'll pin the queen and now I'll threaten this, and that hangs b6. All right, so let's see. So next one. Oh, I forgot Eric. This is Eric, not Penguin, so he plays e4. Oh well. I'll play an Alekhine. Let's see how it goes. He's gonna play this super old line. It's been a long time since I've played this line for either color. So I'll play e5, d5, knight d4. That's a pretty known theory. Takes, queen d4, e5 is main line. So probably he'll take. I'll take. Bishop e3. I'll just play queen f6. Try to play an endgame. Probably slightly better for white, but shouldn't be anything that dangerous. I'll play f5. Try to make this pawn, put the pawn on a better square. Now f4 is a move that I do not like at all, actually. It seems kind of weird. Doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel like in the flow of the spirit of the position, because now after h, if I put a pawn on h4, he's gonna have these pawns on the king side that don't really have harmony. Like he's gonna play bishop d4. I'll just take, play h4. Basically, he could have maneuvered the knight a little bit better, whereas here, he's going to end up with a situation where he's going to have to put a bishop on f3, and once he puts a bishop on f3, the bishop can't attack. This f5 pawn becomes a strength now rather than a weakness. Knight d1, that's a good move. He wants to put the knight on e3 to try and create some pressure along this pawn. Now I'll start remaneuvering my knight. Bishop d1. I'll play a5 so that I can plant the knight on c5. So he goes bishop c2. I'll put this rook on f6. So if I put the other rook on f8, then he'll put a rook on d1. And now is where I have to start coming up with some ideas. So knight c5, rook f3. I'll try to keep this knight e6 idea in my back pocket. He has rook d2 here, so it doesn't quite work. The rook e8. So he goes back rook f3. Okay, so he got scared of this idea, this knight e6 idea. So he went from h3 back to f3. But now he just hung a pawn. Oh, he didn't hang it. Maybe I should play h3. I think I will. Although actually I just hung f5 now, so it's not clear that was a good move. Basically, if he takes with the g pawn, I'll play knight takes f4. If he plays rook takes, I'll play knight takes f4 anyway. So he plays g3. But by playing g3, now all my pawns are very nicely placed. Now there really are no weaknesses. So he wants to cheapo me with knight d5. I'm obviously not going to fall for that. King d2, I'll play rook f8. protect the pawn, maybe try to remaneuver this knight somehow. Try and get it to g4 maybe at some point. I mean, this position is very drawish, I have to say. So, some... Now, I'll try and do something now. I'll play d5. So if he takes, I'll take. Rook e7, king c8. So he goes knight f2. Play bishop g2. Rook e5, I'll play b6. I have kind of butchered this a little bit. This is not quite what I was hoping for. Wait, what's this? Knight e4? Or bishop e4? Or what am I doing? Okay, I'll play knight e4. Oh, you can just take with the bishop. Oh, yikes. Forgot about that one. Okay. That was a bad move. Bad oversight on my part. Okay, so rook e5. Can I maybe take? I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try it since the position's pretty hopeless. Now it's not so hopeless. Maybe there are some drawing chances now. Probably actually pretty good drawing chances. Yeah, now this probably isn't even like losing. It probably is maybe even just flat out better for me now. Weird as that is to say. Okay, rook c4, king d6. I'll play rook b1. I just blundered it. Ay, ay, ay. That was bad. That was bad. That was just a bad oversight on my part. Could have just put the rook back on the other side and that was nothing, so that was just a bad oversight. Anyway. So you can take, move the bishop, probably f4, something along these lines. Bishop e6. I'll play knight e4. 7. And I'll play f4. Take. Oh, this is pretty even. This is not really what not very attractive. Just forgot that he had some queen d4 check in this line. c5, king h1, probably exchange. Pretty drawish, pretty drawish. I'll play knight d5, probably he'll take, or maybe he'll play rook c8. Play rook e1, knight d4, rook c1, and then c3. This still is pretty boring. Bring my king closer. I'll protect the pawn, maybe play knight c4 now. Why not? Reasonable position. Not great, but considering the opening, this turned out pretty decently. So c5. What he wants, rook takes e4. I'll play rook d1. Takes e4. Okay, so he plays rook takes e4, so... I can take and play knight d6 maybe? Or take c3, rook a4, a3, b6. Or takes knight a5 also. Knight a5, knight f6. Okay, let's see. So takes. I'll go for this endgame. It's probably just a dead draw, but okay, I'll just probably force a draw now. With these two split pawns, black can't realistically expect to win. Yeah, it should just be a draw now. Although if he's going to play g5, he might make this a little bit more interesting for me now, since maybe I can get something. Because now if he pushes c4, I take the pawn on g5 with check. In fact, I'll make the pre-move just in case he doesn't see it. But okay, so king g7. I am definitely not going to give him a draw now. Although maybe there's nothing I can actually do about it. It's just like that dull. Although rook a4 is not good, because now after c5, he has this one. I forgot about this one. Okay, so I'll try this. See, maybe I can still get something here though. Takes. Somehow he messed this up. I'm not really sure how, but somehow he did. Because now my king is much too close. That was a very strange game. Okay, I'll play e5. I'll try to take this seriously. Play the Berlin, d3, bishop c5. Okay, takes. Should be something moderately interesting, at least for people who are interested in theory. This is one way of defending, just to take on e6 with a knight. So once his next move, I'll almost certainly play h6 or f6. f6 seems right. Basically, play g3, wants to do something with f4 at some point. Now here I think I'm going to play queen d7. I'm just going to wait for him to decide what he's doing, because I might go long here. In fact, I think I will go long. Why not? And maybe he'll be like Fischer and take the pawn. I doubt it somehow. But this is kind of dangerous. So I have some h5, g5, h4s coming. My king is not really open over here, and because he's played this move g3, there are some lurking dangers. So I'll take knight d4. I think I can play bishop g3. Yeah, why not? And if he takes, I take, and I tempo his queen. And when he takes, I take the knight, and this has worked out beautifully. So probably, oh, he's not going to take. Okay, so I'll play knight e6. Maybe queen a4, a6. But again, it's just a clean pawn here. My queen side is very safe. So this is looking quite good. Looking promising, at least. So I can try to exchange rooks. I can try to play on the king side. I think probably trying to expand here. Let him dictate whether he wants to exchange all the rooks makes sense. Maybe h4 now. h4, rook d8, or just g6. Many options, many options here. Let's see. So what makes the most sense here? I think I'll play g6, g5. I think I'll play g5. Try to expand. Probably he'll take on d8. Maybe not. Okay, so rook d8, I'll play knight takes. Try to just keep the rook on h8 so that I can play for h4. Rook h1, maybe knight f7. Try and hit him with knight d6 on the tempo. Also, the knight protects the rook. Okay, so queen d4. Now I can play rook d8. Queen a4, and did I just play a stupid move for no good reason? Sure appears like it. Queen d4. Okay, so he's offering a repetition. I'm not going to take it. I'll just play b6, king b7, create some extra squares for my king. But now with a4, can I play rook d8? d8, queen c4, knight king b7, a5, rook b8. Okay, so this has gotten a little bit tricky. So if I play knight d6, probably he has to play f3, probably. Yeah, I think I'll play knight d6. Or did I just hang g5? Oops. Oops. Be sharper. Alright, so I'll take. I mean, it's still much better, but this has kind of gotten a little bit to where I didn't want it to be. Bishop f4. I'll play knight c5 maybe. Yeah, I think I'll play knight c5, so on a5 I can play knight e6. I'll just take. This is kind of tricky still, so I'll play queen e5 maybe, or queen e6. It's definitely not easy at all now. I can also just take the pawn, which looks really, really weird, but I think I will. It's a pawn after all. And b5 was running into queen f5, so I mean I feel like probably I've messed this up. This isn't probably winning now, but so he wants to play one of these endgames, but I wasn't so sure that these endgames are actually drawing, because I have these weak pawns, but they are actually quite good at both protecting my king and just running right down the board. Like here, he actually can't protect his pawn, so he's probably gonna have to like do something where we both get queens now. He goes like g4 or something. But queen b3 also guards the queening square, which is very important here. Somehow he's managed to survive, which doesn't feel right. So queen b1 g7, queen c2 g7. I mean, I guess I have to go for this. This isn't really what I wanted to do, but so I'll just flag him instead. When all else fails and you can't play good chess, just flag them. All right. I'll play e4 again. Let's see. Probably e5. Maybe he wants to play Sicilian. Okay, I'll just play bishop g5, see what he has. f4. This has become very topical recently, all these bishop g5 games, most of them featuring myself or Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. Probably rook c8, maybe e6. g6 I've seen, but I don't feel like it's, well, let's just say in a blitz game it's going to be hard to play this correctly. Play something safe, king b1. Now I'll play queen e2 maybe? Queen e2 allows b4, knight a4. Not really ideal. I'll play knight b3, so on b4 I can meet b4 with knight d5, which I think makes the most sense. Probably knight f6, maybe not. Not so sure what he'll do here. Okay, so he plays e6. Now I can play bishop e4, and he plays f5 or something. And if I play, there are any good sacrifice? Maybe I can just sack. It's not what I would do. Ordinarily, I wouldn't do this. I don't care, though. So knight f6. I can play f5. I can also maybe take. Or just play queen d3, too, maybe. Queen d3 makes some sense. Or does it? Okay, knight d5. Play. This has turned out. This is really not what I was hoping for. Let's play g3. Hope that he blunders here, which is always possible. But probably this should be winning for black. I mean, a computer would win this with its eyes closed. So rook e8. Okay, if I play queen g6, he wants to go knight c3 or something weird, I guess. I'll allow it anyway. Just in case he goes for it. Maybe I should have just played rook g6, actually. That's maybe a better option, but it's all in the past now. Although here I do actually have two pawns for the piece. Knight e3, which allows me to take d6, I guess, or actually just take his. Wait. I can take his rook on e8. No. Wait. What is he doing? What are you doing, Eric? What are you doing? That was unfortunate for Eric. Okay, so play another one. Another Berlin kind of thing. I feel like we played this the other day, actually, so it's... Probably bishop g5, knight c3. e5 is also a move, but e5, knight d5 doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Okay, so Eric plays queen c2. Reasonable move. Play bishop b7. Maybe a bad move, actually. That might allow some kind of e5, knight g5 stuff. Maybe. Not really clear. Okay, so he plays knight c3. I'll play c5. Just try and open up the diagonals for my bishops. Just like... I think knight c3 probably was wrong. So now on d5, I can play c4. I can play just I could just play h6 to stop bishop g5. But I think it's more important that I open this long diagonal on the king. Bishop e3. Now I could play b4 here. Then he would play knight a4, rook e4, bishop e6. I don't see it right off, so I think I'll go for it. If he takes, I'm getting this very weird pawn structure. Takes cb6 is kind of really strange. Knight a4, rook e4. If he plays bishop b6, rook e1 takes, queen c4, and then b5, ba4. And the e4, d5 falls, so... Okay, so he's gonna go for it. He's gonna take. Reach this really strange pawn structure. I mean, I don't know if I should play b5 or not, but maybe I should sack even. What about? Maybe it's time for the brilliancy. Maybe it's time to win some brilliancy prizes. Okay, let's see. This is very interesting because basically I'm saying that this rook and this knight are just terribly placed here. So he's going to play like queen e2. I'm going to take on f3. And I'm basically going to say these pawns here are dominating his knight. So queen f4, I'll take. We'll play queen f3, obviously. And now I'm saying that he can't move the knight and his rook is stuck. And I'm just going to go c3, maybe. I don't know if this works or not, but it's feels like it's worth a shot. Of course, maybe I'm just insane and maybe it's no good at all. Maybe it's trying to be a genius isn't the right idea. Because actually this doesn't look good at all now. So c3 takes b3 maybe. c4. Let's see. So a5 he's just going to take. Queen f. I'll play a5 anyway. I don't see anything better. Might as well go for it. And on knight d2, I think I can go for c3 now. I think knight d2 is a bad move. I think if he had played maybe just king f1, or even maybe just something slower, he would have been fine. Now he's going to get himself into something. It's not. I mean, white's still probably winning, but it's not trivial anymore. Though it's probably enough. It should be enough to win here, I would think. Plays queen f4. Okay, that's definitely a move. Play h6. White's still probably winning, but this isn't how I mean, without a lot of time on the clock, this is not the ideal scenario for sure. So he plays rook c7, but now he's gonna give me a third pawn too. And now probably the best he can hope for is a draw. And considering the time situation, I think it's fairly unlikely. Although he found knight a1, which is a very good move. It's a very, very nice move by Eric. So how to flag him, I guess, is the question. Okay. Some kind of lag picking up again. Let's just figure this one out. All right. So let's see. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna play something different this time. I'll play b3. Oh, I forgot Eric's this guy who actually studies b3 theory, which is really annoying. I don't know why anyone would waste their time on that, but Eric, for whatever reason, feels the need to prepare for b3, so he obviously has looked at this e4 nonsense, which is rather annoying, but that's life. So h5. Strange move. Okay, so I can take on f6, maybe and play knight c3. I mean, again, maybe Eric has actually looked at this. I don't spend my time preparing b3, so okay. So I can take the pawn if I want. I don't think I will. I can play queen e2 also, or maybe even f3 h4 takes queen g2, knight f2. Very weird. Don't really like it. So I'll castle right into the storm. Although maybe that was a bad move because on h4 if I take he is f5 now. That was probably a really bad decision. But he plays bishop g4, I'll play queen e1. H4, I'll play knight e2. Yeah, this is pretty terrible though. So bishop d6. Now I have to find some way to not lose on the spot. Maybe knight takes e4, bishop f3. Maybe somehow takes f3, queen e5, fg4, queen h2, king f2. And I survive, I think, somehow. Yeah, I don't actually see how this loses right away. I'm sure it's losing somehow, but it doesn't seem to me to be losing right away. Like h3, I can go rook g1. Or even knight f4, possibly. Knight f4 with the idea of rook h1. If he takes, I take h3, knight f4, bishop f4, e4, and it's check on the king. So this is actually not all that clear right off. Eric can obviously play bishop g3, and he's definitely better. On this one, I think I go g5, though. Knight f4 was also there too, but I like g5 because now it hits the rook. I have rook h1 coming next move, and it's not all that clear. Black's obviously much better, but it's not I would say winning on the spot, because now on bishop g3 I can also just move my king up one square. And if he moves his queen, I don't know, e5, maybe knight f4, rook g5, rook h4. It's obviously all very terrible still, but it's not, it could be worse. Now I'll play, what will I do here? Okay, so my rook is out of play. That's priority number one. My pieces over here are not ideal. So I'll play king g1, get my king out of the line of fire first. And see what I can do. It's still bad, but maybe it's not terrible. Of course, if Eric's not really quick here, like, whoops, I can't move I'll play rook d1. If Eric's not quick here, if I can get some stuff, rook d1 on queen b2, if Eric's not super quick here and I can get some kind of consolidation, this might be relatively okay. So I'll play, what will I do here? Play queen f2 maybe? Makes sense now. Oh, that just allowed rook f5 maybe. Yeah, he can play queen b2. I kind of couldn't really protect everything over here though to begin with. So I'm not all that unhappy with him going to grab over here. So he plays f5? I don't understand what f5 does. So rook h3, protect the pawn. Now I have d4 coming, d4 c5 maybe. Okay, so now he has a plan. He wants to play g5. So this I can understand. But on g5 I might have knight g6 and queen takes f5. So he's still, it's like hanging on the edge. It's like the edge between being like okay and just being outright lost. So I'll play d4. Try to force his hand a little bit. And because he took on f4, oh, he can just take h3. Ah, I forgot about that, yeah. Thought I was a genius there. That didn't quite work. What, he just declined? Insta-decline? Or did he disconnect? What was that? Alright, I'll play someone else, and I'll play this Bryakin guy. I guess he disconnected. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, I'll play someone else now. I think I played this guy recently. I think he's... I think I played him actually last time I did the knockouts, in fact. Okay, so bishop e4, so f3. It's all pretty standard. Knight takes d5 is not standard. I think normally black takes with the c pawn or the e pawn. Probably takes, bishop e7. I think on Ishigiri had something similar to this. Forgot which event it was, but he had something pretty similar to this. So bishop d6, I'll play g3. I don't want to take the knight as long as there's a rook on the h file. castles. Now I'll play. Now I can take if I want to. I think I do actually want to take, so I'll just take and play e5, f4. Try attack. Try and do something here. Maybe bishop e7, h4. Maybe just go all in. Just try to attack instead. Probably c5, h5, something like this. g5. I'll play f4. Build up the center, consolidate so he has no sacks here, like on e5. Takes. I'll take. Probably takes. Oh, that opens up the g file for the rook, so maybe he won't want to do that. So queen b6, reasonable move. Kind of wanted to attack, so I don't really want to exchange, but I'll play a positional sack. I'll play d5. Because if I take and he takes, my pawn structure is not so great. Although maybe after d5 he had queen d4 and queen e4 check. Maybe, I'm not sure. Whereas here I'm down a pawn, but I also have good. My bishops are good. He has a weakness on d5, and it's not actually so bad here. I mean, f5 is too loose next to his bishop c5, but I'll just play king e2. Probably something like, and if he goes a6, I'll go bishop e3, hitting the knight, and then the knight's under attack, the pawn's under attack on d5. So everything's kind of flowing again with the position. All the pieces are in harmony. Whereas here, if he had a pawn on e6 and a pawn on d4, and he had a knight on d5, it would be a totally different story. So bishop c5, and now I'll play king d3, take away any bishop d4, maybe play on f5 here, or b4, or rook a5. A lot of different possibilities here. a6, okay, so now I'll play rook h to c1. And now if he goes rook c8, he might run into bishop h3. Because on rook c7 I have b4 and the pin on the rook. On rook c6 I go b4 anyway. And once he moves the bishop, I'm going to exchange the rooks. Now, I didn't see bishop f2. I guess he has bishop h4 here, but so I'll just take the pawn. And so now we'll see what his next move is going to be. So he plays rook b8. I guess, again, he wants to play knight c4. I can play bishop f5 maybe. And now if knight c4, just take the pawn, because when knight c4, rook c6, knight d2. Okay, it doesn't matter because he played something else. So king f8, I'll play bishop c3. I probably want to go bishop d4 in exchange, because his knight, the knight relative to the bishop is not so great. And I think he just hung a pawn. Okay, so he had an idea. So he wanted to go bishop g3. Ah, okay. He had a good idea. Okay. So I'll play king d4 is a move. Rook c5 is a move, I guess. Rook c5 takes, rook d5, knight e3, rook d4. I don't know if that's enough to win, but I'll try it. Okay, he went knight b6, but now after rook b5, this is pretty bad. Just the bishops are too strong. The knight and bishop, the rook, knight, bishop are all kind of not coordinated here, so there are some big problems. It's very hard to protect everything. Alright, so rook d8, king e4, and I don't see how he protects the bishop and the knight now. So knight a4, bishop d4 for domination. And I guess I could play rook a5 and just pick up the knight. Okay, so let's see. Play knight f6. Play another Nimzo, I guess. Nimzo or something. Knight f3, I'll play d5. Play Queen's Gambit declined one game, try and play something a little bit different, or not if he's going to play g3. Bishop g2, castles. Play knight bd7. Knight e4, play something aggressive if I can. So knight c3, knight takes d2, and probably e4 here, maybe e4 c5. Try and spice it up a little bit at any rate. Probably he'll take on d5. I mean, if he takes on c5, d4 is pretty good. So takes. I guess he can take e6 maybe, or he can play knight b5. Play e5 here. Try and make it really complex and messy. So d6. I'll play bishop g5. Knight e4, bishop h6. I really want to hit him with f5 if I get a chance. Knight c7. I'll play rook b8. Okay, so now I play c5. And now, okay, so now if I play b6, he'll play c6 maybe. c6, knight c5. Or c6, knight c5 takes queen c5. So that's no good. So I can play knight f6 maybe. Problem here is that with f5 is he has knight e6. So if I can alleviate that concern, then I should be fine. Of course, it's going to be very hard to do that. So I'll just play king h8, something practical. b4, that's fine. Play rook g8. Now I want to go f5, of course. That's my whole concept. Probably pretty bad objectively, but it is Blitz again. So now I'm gonna launch and go e4, and I'm gonna play d3. It's not so simple now for either side actually. Knight b3, d3. Because now I have a big pawn chain too here. So even though he has a pawn chain, we both have gotten objectively what we wanted. So queen c4, I think queen c4 is probably not right because this allows knight e5. Now I'll go queen f6. Because now I'm starting to get some activity, and this kind of, once I start to get activity, eventually the two bishops should be quite good here. So plays knight d4. Now I can play b6 maybe, b6 c6. And rook d8 or something crazy, but I'll just play classical. Bishop b7, idea bishop c6, b5. Now I can play d2 maybe, or I can play something random. Maybe rook b d8, or rook. I'll put the other rook on d8 maybe. The point is, if he plays c6, I'm gonna sack for sure. Plays knight e6. Now I'll play rook e8. Play rook c8. Basically, I'm trying to confuse him a little bit here, make him use some time, get him a little bit confused, see what he really wants to do, because he has far advanced pawns as well. So we both have some play here. So I'm going to try and play for d2 and knight d3, try and really make this messy now, as messy as I possibly can. Again, this should be objectively bad. c6, I can play takes, knight b4 maybe? Or am I just in a lot of trouble here? Okay, so if I play knight b4, queen c5, takes, rook c6, queen d7, rook d8. Okay, so this seems reasonable. So I'm going to sack on c6 now. Now if queen d7, I have rook d8. If he moves away, then I take the pawn. I've got two pieces. Not two pieces. I have two pawns, which is exactly what I wanted. So now, with the way he played this, though, he gave me options. So now I can definitely get something going. Because knight c5 allows many things. Well, I'll just play g5. And rook b4. So at g4, I have f4. It's very important. f4 actually might be my next move. So he plays f4 himself. Play e3. I could also just take. Yeah, because when he takes back with a G pawn, then I go E3, and this is pretty ugly. Probably rook A3 is the only move. Makes sense. I guess he can try rook F1. I didn't really expect that. I'll just play bishop G7, force him to move the rook to D1, because otherwise I queen. And after rook D1, then I'll just play rook takes A4. And now I've got lots of compensation here. Probably, in fact, too much. So I'll play rook A3, protect the pawn. And now I'll start running this pawn down the board, too. In fact, actually, I don't have much time here, do I? Ah, terrible. Very strange. That was very strange. Alright, so let's see. So I'll play knight G3 here. The E5, knight F5 idea. Plays rook D8, B3, bishop B2. Pretty standard stuff. Not sure. Is he thinking or... Yeah, okay, so he is. Maybe he'll play bishop A3, maybe not. Okay, he chose not to. Rook D8, maybe he still wants to play for C5 or E5. I'll just play bishop B2. If CD4, I'll play knight takes D4. Knight C5, queen E2. Or knight C5, queen C2 also is possible. So he takes on G3. That's a strange decision. So I'll take knight C5, queen C2. A6, maybe just rook E1, try and hit the queen, force the queen off the square, then I'll play rook D1. Or B4 maybe also is a possibility. Queen E8, he wants to keep the A4 square. Okay, so I'll play rook D1. In fact, knight F5 might be an idea, might be, being the key word. Play B4, knight A4, C5. Or knight B7, that's a strange move. Okay, so C5, knight D6. So basically wants to plop a knight on C4, logical. Okay, so here I can do many things. I can take on E6. No, I can't. So say I'll just play knight F3, make him have to move his knight. and then I'll take f6. So his knight on c4 looks really good here, but it is also kind of not so good because it's an outpost, but it doesn't really do much. It kind of attacks pawn on a3, but it's out of the game. I have a pass pawn here, and so structurally, while it looks really pretty, it doesn't serve a very good purpose. So like rook d8. I'll play rook d3. Probably he'll take, maybe not. King g7 also is possible. But basically the knight here on c4 looks good, but he compromised the pawn structure in a way that probably wasn't ideal. So I'll play knight d2. See if he wants to take the knight or play knight e5 maybe, so he'll take. And I'll play queen d6. The problem here is that most of these endgames should be losing, I think. So if I play f4, yeah, f4, this has to be pretty bad for black. This takes, knight d7, knight e4, king f8, and I'm getting a pawn to c6. So if he takes, I'll take. Knight d7, knight e4, king f8, knight c5. So he plays knight c6, so I'll play knight e4, make sure I attack the pawn so he can't go king f8 because of knight f6. Which means he can't run to chase the pawn right away, which is important. So he plays a5. Okay, now I can take. Yeah, I'll just take and play knight c3. And this should be winning, I would think. It's not going to be easy, but it should be winning. So I'll play a4, protect that. Now I'll probably run this way. I'll try to run and pick up this h pawn. Although maybe it's not so simple. So knight c5. Okay, so I'll go king h5. So he has to take the pawn. I'll take. Now he can't take, so I push. So knight c5. This might not be winning, but I'm going to take a shot. Just see if I can maybe win this or not, because if he goes knight e4, I go king e7, so I'm going to go king e7. Oh, he's f5, or no, f5 I go d7. If he plays knight d, yeah, so f5 I play d7. He has to take. This might be a draw, I'm not sure, but I know that at least in practice this is going to be very hard. Because even though I have double pawns, they are quite good. So g3, let's see, king, or he goes knight there. Now I'll push f5 to control everything. Now king e6, and now this should just be winning, I would think. f6, so that he can't stop the pawns now. There's no blockade, and now it's definitely losing. So it's just a question of being careful here. So if I play g4, I can't win. So I'll play king e5, try and triangulate with king f4, king g5, and now yes, now in fact he just zigs along. So, alright, I think I'll play him 2 more games, and then I'll play someone else. Play something different now. I'll try and play a Jinji. If he plays d5, will he play d5 and allow a Jinji or not? No, he won't. How disappointing. So I guess I'll play some kind of English. Or some kind of accelerated dragon in some form. So takes. Taking with the d pawn is fine, but I don't want an endgame. Queen d6. I'll play knight f6. e4 or g3 probably are the 2 moves. So the queen d3 looks a little bit weird. So I'll play d5. And now I think I will take with the knight. takes. I'll take with the queen. Make him exchange everything. And if this endgame I won't mind. This is much more favorable than the other one. Play bishop a6. Make sure he can't castle. Try and delay his development here. So b3. So I'll play bishop c3. Ah, king d1. Interesting. Okay, so now I'll play rook c8. Bishop b2. I'll go king e7. That's the plan. Probably he'll take. Bishop f3. So on bishop f3, there's got to be some way to take advantage of all these wasted tempi. Though I'm not actually seeing it, strangely enough. So what do I do here? So if I play e5, he takes. Take e4. Actually, I think e5 makes sense here. Because if he takes, I'll play rook d8. Okay, so he took. Okay, so he doesn't want to have any part of this. Okay, so I'll play rook c8. And now, though, if he plays rook c1, I exchange and play e4, and he's just down a pawn. Now, this is going to lead to some very weird endgame, I think, where he's going to get a king to d4, but his bishop is also trapped for the rest of the game. So after this, his king is nice, but his bishop is also trapped on g2. So he can't actually move or use the bishop in an effective manner here. So he's trying to create squares. Maybe this is still okay for white. It's very hard to believe. I mean, maybe it's okay. I don't know. Kind of hard to believe that this is okay, but I could see it being a draw. So he plays bishop g2. Okay. So I'll play h6. Try to play g5, and now I'll play bishop d1, I think. So now I can maybe play f4 and open it up. Although he's going to get a bishop behind the pawn. It's kind of not really perfect, but we'll see if I can somehow find some magic and find a way to win this. So bishop c8, so I can go e3 maybe. e3 takes, f3 takes. Bishop e2 seems like the right way to try to win here. So that I can play e3 takes, f3, f2. Now I can play f3 now. I have to go e3. Oh, but it's the wrong color bishop. For some reason I thought it was the right color bishop. Oh, that was rather unfortunate. I just forgot that it was the wrong color. But you never know. Maybe he'll blunder here. Maybe. Very unlikely, but it could happen. that really a threefold? Oh, it's only 114? 114 out of 122 is pretty impressive. Whoever you are, that's there's something wrong with you. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's insane. Yeah, okay, let's see. That's just weird. Maybe I'll try bullet again. I mean, there's a lot of lag last time I did it. Okay, never mind. I'll play this guy instead. This is a Georgian or Armenian guy. I guess the flag looks like Georgia. Thought he was Armenian actually, but anyway. Okay, so A6. Let's have some fun. Play some Gambit style chess. Bishop B4. Gambit declined. That's very sad. Alright, so I'll play Queen C2. Castles. Bishop D2. I want to play G5, but I have to do it at the right moment. Play E3. Bishop D3 next. Maybe he'll just ignore it. Maybe he won't even take. Maybe he'll just play Knight E4 here and completely just ignore it, which would be rather funny. Okay, so now if he's going to play DC4, G5, this is kind of what I was hoping for. Something where I'm getting some attacking chances. So probably he'll take and play B5, Bishop D3, something along these lines. Or C5 also, Bishop D3. Maybe G6, H4. I mean, I'm trying to play something a little bit silly. This is kind of long. This is more like Jobava style than anything else. Takes E5. So if I take Queen D5. So if I take with the pawn, he'll take with the knight. So I mean, why not just go for it? Why not just play H5? All in. Just mate him. So takes. I'll take. I'll check. If he plays Rook F7, then I have Rook H7. If he moves the king, I take with check. This is pretty ugly. So now I'll play Rook takes H7. So it's okay. So Queen E7. I think I just take on G6, and it's just brutal. I mean, just really brutal. That was pretty ugly. So let's see. So Knight F3. I'll play a Dutch. This might turn into some kind of English though if he ends up playing like D3. If he plays D4, it'll stay true. But if he plays D3, yeah, this is going to turn into some kind of English, I guess. If he plays G3 here, yeah, it's just going to turn to a standard English. So, Bishop G5, okay, I'll take. I had this position against, I think, Artemiev, was it maybe? In the World Blitz and Rapid, I think it was. So this is a known variation. This C6. Probably he'll go Knight F4, I'll go King H7. Takes, or maybe Rook E1 here, or B5, I guess. Makes some sense. I can play Bishop D7, maybe. I'm not crazy about the position that I've gotten into. Probably just Bishop D7, but let's see. Maybe just... Actually, I'll just play Queen D7, because here, if he plays Rook E1, I have Rook A2. Strange position. Quite strange. Rook e1, rook a2 maybe. So queen f3, also a reasonable move. I'll play rook a6 to protect the pawn. And so really the issue I have here is that my, although do I have an issue? I can play bishop a7 now. Now rook b2, and now I'll offer a repeat and then I'll change my mind. Okay, so he clearly wants, he doesn't mind repeating. So queen c7 might allow some knight e6, maybe? Something really weird, huh? Maybe queen a7 makes sense here, actually. Yeah, maybe just queen a7. Now on rook b1, I can play bishop b6, I think. And if he moves the rook away, then I'll go g5, bishop e6, complete my development. Right, so he did play rook b1. So now I think I can play bishop b6. I don't see why this doesn't work. Maybe I'm going to lose spectacularly, but I don't actually see it here. I mean, probably we're going to end up in some endgame. He's going to just take on b6 and then take on c6, and probably still pretty good drawing chances, but it's going to be interesting. So knight e6. Okay, so this move I did see, but now if I take and I play king g7, I think I'm just really good here because, okay, so c5. So he saw that I was going to play bishop f2, but now I think I can, if I take, what is going on here actually? So if I take on c5, queen c6 could be a big problem actually. So he might have just found a really nice idea. This could be a slight problem. So if I take on c5, he plays queen c6. If I take, I'm in big trouble. If I take and play queen c7, or if I just play d5 maybe. Yeah, maybe I just have to play d5 and just admit that something's gone badly wrong here. Not really ideal, but such is life. Maybe king takes f8, queen c6, bishop b7 was also possible. No, that hung with b7. Maybe there's something better than this. I'm not actually sure. Okay, so he takes, I'll take. So we'll enter some endgame now. So now he has queen e3 here? Because on takes he has queen e8 check. That was rather nice. Yeah, I should not have played it like this. I should have played it slightly differently. I could have taken queen c6, bishop a7 was probably the correct way to play it. That was not very smart. Anyway, I'll be right back, everybody. Gonna run to the restroom in a second after this game ends. So let's see. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Okay, I think I'll play someone like someone at the top again. One thing I don't like is playing these guys for like 2600, where you get like +2 for a win, and then you lose like 15 if you play a bad game. I just find that frustrating after a while. Let's see, is Eric here still? No. Or is he? Maybe. Unclear. Or actually, okay, I'll play the same guy again, I guess, if there's no one else out here. Okay. Oh, well, what? Oh, I thought I accepted, oh. That was... Wait, what am I playing? Is this normal chess, or... Is this a giveaway or normal? Wait, what? Oh. Okay, this is very strange. I'm confused by what exactly just happened here, but... Okay, that was very strange. Alright, so this is pretty random nonsense. The knight g3 maybe. Probably I'll play bishop d6. Play h4. h5. Bishop d3. Just play something weird. Try and create something. Probably he'll take, maybe not, or queen c7. So he keeps refusing to take, so he's going to make me have to play some kind of Caro-Kann structure, but this should be good. So e4, knight d7, I'll play e5, f4. With this h6, h5, h6 structure, this should be quite good for white. I kind of wanted to castle long, but I think I'll go short and play rook e1 maybe. Although I just allowed some kind of f5 maybe, which was a little bit unnecessary perhaps, but I'll take. And oh, he took with the g pawn. Interesting. I thought he would take with the knight. So now I think I have knight f5, and this should be pretty good. Queen h7, knight d6, king c7 takes, rook e6 looks to be good. I'm not sure if it is. Yeah, so knight d6, king c7, I'll take. Take on e6. Knight f8, rook f6 looks pretty disastrous. And anything else, I just put a knight on f5, and the knight is just so beautiful. Just can't be touched. There are all these weaknesses. This knight on f5 with pawns on f6 and h6 is just so nice. In fact, it also, I control the e-file as well, so it's just, this is pretty much just already over. Now I can even just play rook e7. That's how bad this position is for black. But I can even just exchange all the rooks, and it's just terrible. So yeah, so I'm not surprised that he resigned that. Okay, so I'll play something different. Very different at that. So I think I confused him a little bit. So knight d2, I'll play bishop g7, e3, d6, probably bishop e2, maybe bishop d3. I'll play h5, Now the question is c5 or e5. E5 looks more in line because I want to play e5, f5. So I guess I'll play e5. c5, d5 is also fine, but I really want to put this pawn here on f5. And with the c5, d5 structure, it's not as good. Not as attractive, I should say. So I'll just play f5 anyway. So he wants to exchange on the h5, which is fine, except he's kind of behind in development a little bit. So when he offers to exchange, I mean, he has to probably trade queens now. So if I get queen h4, he's probably just in a lot of trouble. So bishop d2, I'll play something. b6, not my ideal move here, certainly, but it seems reasonable enough. Now I'll bring my king back to e8. Rook h1, bishop g7. Let's see. E4, f4 always. I just want to develop my knight. Like bishop e6, knight d7 is the ideal. That'd be the nice next two moves. So takes, bishop f3. He played gf, okay. So bishop e6, knight d7. Pretty boring, pretty equal, but still the game goes on. So f4, interesting move. I'll play knight d7. I'll let him exchange on e5 maybe. The king f7. He has bishop h5, king f8. Still seems fairly balanced, I would say. I can probably take. Yeah, I can just take. Because bishop h5, I have king f8. And if he exchanges, I mean, again, not a whole lot is happening here, but the game goes on. So knight f5. I actually overlooked this one, so I'll just take. So takes king f6, or king e6, I guess. This is not really what I was hoping for. Actually, I think I blundered. I think takes an e4 might have been extremely strong. But anyway. Bishop c3, so he's trying to play. Here I'll play knight e7, I guess. Or not. Or rook d8, maybe. Just very equal, unfortunately. Just a very boring endgame. So now I have knight d4, I'll go king d7. Knight f4, I'll probably go king d7 anyway. I guess he has rook d1 now. I kind of overlooked that. So let's see. So if I go king c8, knight d6. So king e8, knight d6, king f8, knight e6, king g8, check. Looks like I'm holding on, not by much, mind you, but maybe. Or maybe I'm not holding on at all, actually. I think rook h1 was winning. Now after rook g1, I still have knight g6. And I still can pretend to fight on. Probably still very bad, but maybe it's not completely lost. Maybe. Very hard to know. But okay, so knight f4, so I can just take, I think. Knight g6 I can take. Rook g6, king h7. So probably he'll take on g6, I would think. Knight f5. Let me just play rook c8. Before, just bishop f8. Make sure there are no checks anymore. Now I can just regroup, bring my king to f7 maybe. Actually, I just allow e5. Yikes. Now I kind of have to just kill the position. Although is he trying to win this somehow? Seems rather unlikely he's going to win this, but... Wait, did he just blunder the knight? Okay, now this gets interesting. Oops. Alright. Alright. So I'll play this guy 2 more times. Let's see, what's he gonna do? Bishop g4, c5, so he's gonna play like penguin. Okay, so this is very classical. Which way to take? I'll take with the knight. This is probably not the best, but I'll go for it. Knight c6, I'll take. Play knight d2. Probably play c4 next move. Knight f3, probably takes. Queen a1. Queen b6. Now I can play like knight e5 maybe. Bishop d4 actually. Bishop d4 makes a lot of sense. If he takes, I have rook b1, queen c... Or, I thought I had rook b1, queen c2. Maybe I'm insane. Good chance I'm actually just insane. So he played queen b7. I could play like rook c1 maybe. Bishop f5, and I'll play like knight e5 maybe, or takes. And still not a whole lot here. It's very hard to create much play. So I'll just play knight d2, so on rook a8 I can play queen b2. Probably play for some bishop f3, try to put some pressure on these pawns here. It's not ideal, but it's a start. So h3, h5. I could play g4 here, but I don't really like it. I think I'll just play bishop f3, just play simple chess. Maybe force him to play bishop e6, and then I'll play like, do I have rook a? Rook a1 does not do anything, he just takes. So if I take on a3 and I take on d5 and I play like b4, maybe this is the way forward. So I'll take, and I'll play b4. And now I'll try to run this outside pass pawn straight down the board. So rook a2, I'll play knight b3. Knight e4, I'll take. Maybe g4, or I can just take. Maybe just take's the simplest. So now I can play f3 or rook c7. F3, rook b2 maybe is a problem. Knight d4, rook b2, knight c6 maybe. Maybe just rook c7, just simple chess. Probably still a draw, but rook b4, rook e7, maybe there's some hope of a little something. e5 is a surprising move to see, because now I can go knight d7. d4. What is going on here? Okay, so d4, so if I take, he takes on e3. If I play f3, bishop f5, no, f3, d e3, so I kind of have to take. So I'll take, probably king g8, I'll take. Now I can take g2, take b4, takes g2. And I didn't see that. Oof. Not good. Okay, so now I have to try to swindle him on time or something ridiculous, so just see what I can do. Though, allowing this knight g4 trick was not really the best thing to do. Still, obviously, it's a draw, but oh wow, so g5, okay. So I can play rook d7, force a draw. I mean, I don't really see what I'm doing with rook a7, but it'll be a draw, so it's just how it goes. Rook b5, wow. So I'm really kind of confused by what's going on in this game. Like, okay, if he's gonna play like this, maybe I have to kind of force a draw somehow. Okay, fine, I'll just check. Or he's going to play on. Okay, so I don't really understand what's going on in this game, but... yeah, that was strange. Okay, so I'll play this guy 2 more and that's it. So, alright. So I'm playing something really weird. So we'll see what he's going to do, how he's going to react to it. Okay, so he played d5. Interesting. Okay, so I'll play knight c5. So he just gave me a free square, which is interesting. Queen c8. Queen d7. I don't want to have some bishop a4 nonsense, so I'll play e5. So he'll take. I'll play knight e6, or I'll play knight c6. Interesting. Play. I'll just play f6. King h7. Maybe he'll play f4. Maybe not. Just take. I don't know why I just took on f4. That was kind of stupid. Rook f4. I can play knight e6. I can also just play knight f7 hangs a pawn. Okay. So knight e6. h4. And now I'll play queen e8. Try to pick up this pawn here. Now here I could play f5. That is a reasonable try. In fact, I think I will do it. Just to cut the diagonal. I do have knight d4 here as well, so I have to pick the poison that I want. Knight d4, queen d2. This does not look good. So if I take ef5, g5, rook e4. If I just take. But I can also just take, maybe. And just take on f5 with the pawn. d1, bishop e5. Queen d2, maybe just f4 or king g7. It's pretty terrible, but... let's see. Just play king g7. So king h1, really, he has time to just waste a move. So I have bishop g3 is queen c3. Okay, so maybe just queen g6 because knight e7. I have queen g3 threatening mate. And already maybe it's not so clear. So let's just see. All right, so queen d3. Now, can I go queen g3 here and just... I probably can, but I don't see the point. I think rook e8... His rook on h4 is really stupid here, so I don't really see the point to doing that. So he takes, I take, and what is he threatening? So queen e2, so I have knight d4, for example, which I think is really strong. Somehow this all went really wrong for him. Now I'll play queen g5, probably queen f2. I'll play rook e6 just to get rid of this very annoying pawn. Play f4, just box in the rook now completely. This rook is just stuck here. The queen has to protect it. Knight c3, I'll just take this pawn here on c4. And this is pretty much lost, I think. So queen e1, okay, reasonable move to try and create something. I'll just play rook d8 just to double the rooks on the d file probably at some point. I think I can just take, yeah, because I can just take, because on queen e4 I have rook d1. So, all right, so I'll play one more, and then I think I'll pick someone. I'll play someone random. One last quick game. So he's playing a. He keeps playing this a6 line again. I'm gonna. This worked so well the first time. I might as well do it again. So c5, and I'll play g5. Probably takes, and something weird. Again, probably knight c5, probably, but I don't know for sure. b4 probably is a bad move, so now I'm just giving him a free pawn. But again, he doesn't seem to want the free pawn, so I'm just going to exchange probably king d8, knight e5, or knight d2. Though here this isn't so clear, because his king now on d8, I mean, is completely fine, but e4 is weak, g7 is weak. He hasn't developed any pieces really, and I'm going to castle next move without a doubt, so this isn't quite so simple. So knight d7, okay, so now I'm definitely going to castle, make him take on d2. Step 1. Oh, he doesn't want to. He wants to go king e7, okay, so I'll take on e4. Rook g8, now I'll play rook d4, try and hit this bishop, force it off the square. Plays a5, probably I'll play a3. Okay, if he goes there, then now I have this big check on a3. And this looks pretty terrible. Maybe bishop c4 or knight d6. I'll just put the bishop on c4, seems logical. b5, I'll just take f7, rook d1. And just put my king on b1. c7, maybe knight c5. Just knight e6 next move. d8, I'll just take, I'll check, king f7, and then I'll take on d7, and it should be lost, because I have rook e7 check coming. Okay, so who gets the last game? Okay, let's see. So, Vitx, Heiser. No, this is not what I meant to click. 1 second. Okay, so Halvard gets the last game. b6, I'll play e6. Oops, thought he'd play knight f3. Okay, this worked out anyway, turned into the same thing. d5. Either capture's fine. I'll take with the knight just because this is a slightly weaker player. So, play c5. So e4, I'll play queen c7. I'm going to play rook d8, and knight f8. That's my plan. Or actually, I didn't realize this is also actually a bullet game. So, okay, so I need to be a little bit quicker. So I'll play e5. Probably rook e3 or queen d2. Queen d3 also is fine. Endgame should be winning. Split pawns, same color bishops. a4 is a bad move. That actually creates a big weakness. I'll play this way just to make sure that he's... I didn't have to play this. Okay, well, if he's going to hang the pawn, then this is pretty much over. So, yeah. So yeah, all right, you guys. So I think I'll stop for now. I'll be back again soon, and I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and looking forward to next time. Hopefully I'll play a little bit better than I did today. Didn't play fantastically, but I hope everyone enjoyed it nonetheless. So have a good day, everybody.